Marty Supreme Explained. New York, 1952. Marty Mauser is a shoe salesman at his uncle's shop who also happens to be one of the finest table tennis players alive. He is charming, relentless, and constitutionally incapable of taking the long road. Around him, Rachel Meisler, his married childhood sweetheart. Béla Kletzki, the reigning British Open champion and Auschwitz survivor. And Milton Rockwell, a wealthy industrialist whose wife Marty seduces in London, and whose money and patience won't last forever.
It's 1952 New York, and Marty Mauser is living two lives. At his Uncle Murray's shoe shop, he's a gifted salesman, charming, knows every customer by foot. Off the clock, he's one of the best table tennis players in America, and he knows exactly what he is.
Right, and he can't keep the two separate. He's already pitching a branded orange table tennis ball to a wealthy businessman named Galanis. The idea being you can wear white if the ball's orange. Trying to get investment before he's won anything internationally.
Murray had promised to finance the London trip in exchange for Marty working the shop. Then Murray stalls and goes out of town without paying up. So Marty breaks into the vault and takes the $700 he says he's owed.
At gunpoint, essentially, with a coworker watching. Very Marty.
London. He takes one look at the player barracks, refuses, and strong-arms the tournament rep before simply installing himself in the royal suite at the Ritz. That's where he spots Kay Stone, a famous actress from the 1930s, in the lobby, and decides she's his next move.
The courtyard trick is absurd, and it works. He calls her room, makes an apple appear in a fruit bowl she can see from her window, and she blows off her husband's event to come see him. But who exactly is the husband? That detail matters.
That's the whole point. Her husband is Milton Rockwell. Rockwell Inc., seriously wealthy, in London for a business promotion, who notices Marty billing his restaurant tab, walks over, and instead of being angry, gets curious. That man will come back around.
And Marty has no idea he's just handed Rockwell a reason to watch him.
The tournament. Marty beats Béla Kletzki in the semis, three-time defending champion.
And Kletzki is remarkable. A Nazi officer who'd seen him compete at the 1935 World Championship kept him alive at Auschwitz, where he spent the war defusing bombs, and once scavenged a beehive to feed honey to his bunkmates off his own skin. Table tennis literally saved his life.
The final is something else entirely. Koto Endo, Japanese, unranked, deaf, had already dismantled the British champion in the other semi. Nobody had heard of him going in.
Exactly. And his paddle is nearly silent, different from standard equipment, and he's being coached through hand signals during the match. Marty has a real case. The ruling stands anyway, and his meltdown on the court demanding a rematch probably travels further than the loss itself.
Yeah, not a good look. And the loss stings. He was supposed to be the first American to win the British Open.
By this point, Marty and Kletzki are already on the road together, performing halftime acts for the Harlem Globetrotters internationally. That's when Rockwell reappears with a formal offer. Tokyo exhibition against Endo, private plane, the Imperial Hotel, $1,000. One condition: Marty loses, to give the Japanese audience a win.
Marty refuses. He'll steal, lie, hustle, but throwing a match is the one line. He blows up at Rockwell in a way that permanently closes every door between them, and with it goes the only legitimate path to Japan.
His clearest act of integrity and his most destructive decision, in the same breath.
Back in New York, Murray has pressed charges. Marty is arrested at the shop and escapes out a fire escape. Rachel tracks him down next. She's pregnant, says the child is his, and he refuses to acknowledge it. She's married to his childhood friend Ira, and Marty won't do the math.
And then the ban arrives. The International Federation has audited his London expenses and found he billed his Ritz stay to tournament accounts. He owes $1,500, or he's out of the World Championship in Tokyo.
Here's where it gets unhinged. At the hotel where he's crashing with Wally, the bathtub falls through the floor into the room below, landing on a man named Ezra Mishkin. Mishkin, apparently a connected figure, is somehow reasonable about it and pays Marty $50 to take his dog Moses to the vet.
So naturally, Marty takes Moses to a bowling alley in New Jersey and hustles the regulars at table tennis instead. The plan is to do this every night for 2 weeks to raise $1,500. Does it actually work that first night?
That night, yes. But on the drive back, the bowlers recognize him, follow them to a gas station, and a brawl breaks out. Wally's cab gets wrecked against a pole, the station catches fire, and Moses runs off into the dark.
No dog, wrecked cab, Wally furious, warrant still out. Tokyo is weeks away.
His first move is K-Stone. Rockwell is back in town financing her comeback. Marty is sleeping with her again, and he lifts a necklace off her nightstand, takes it to a pawn shop, where the broker tells him it's costume jewelry, a prop from the production. Worthless.
One more scheme, one more dead end.
Rachel shows up with a bruised face claiming Ira hit her, and Marty attacks Ira. They end up at Dion Galanis' apartment, Marty's business partner, where he finds out Dion spent the 8 months he was in London doing the work. The orange Marty Supreme balls were produced, made, boxed, ready.
Which Marty had completely forgotten about. Dion believed in the thing while Marty was off getting himself banned and wanted... Is it possible to feel sorry for Dion? He did everything right.
Marty repays that by using Rachel to distract Dion while he takes the car. They go to New Jersey to extort Michigan for Moses, but the farmer who has the dog runs them off with a shotgun. They return with the car wrecked. Dion throws them out. His father scraps the ball inventory, and then the bruise turns out to be makeup.
Rachel staged it to pull him back in. His response is a speech about having purpose, his life built around a specific obligation, hers directionless, delivered while he's homeless, broke, and fresh off wrecking his friend's car. He tells her to go home. She confesses to Ira, who throws her out.
She's 8 months pregnant with nowhere to go.
At the opening night of Kay's play, Marty shows up and admits he stole the necklace, and that it turned out to be a prop. Kay isn't fooled by any of it, but gives him a real anniversary necklace anyway. 25 of them from her husband, she says, not warmly. That covers the fine and the flight.
Which he immediately puts at risk.
They end up in Central Park together and the police catch them. The necklace goes to the officers as a bribe. And then Marty turns to Kay and asks her to go back upstairs and get him another one.
She actually does it, goes back in, retrieves a second necklace. And that's when her publicist reads the opening night review aloud. It's devastating. Kay breaks down. The second necklace never comes back down. With Kay off the board, Marty crashes Rockwell's party and gets on his knees.
Rockwell makes him fetch a table tennis paddle and bend over a chair in front of his guests. 3 swings, the crowd laughing. The first is for his son who died in the Pacific. Marty used that grief as a weapon against Rockwell earlier in the film. Now Rockwell uses it back.
He goes to Japan the next morning.
Before he gets out the door, Rachel tries to con Mishkin, staging a fake dog handoff to collect the reward. But Mishkin sees through it, grabs both of them, and forces them to the New Jersey farm. The farmer opens fire. Mishkin's men go down. The farmer goes down. Rachel is shot.
Marty searches Mishkin's coat for the reward money he's been chasing since before London. It's mostly pornography magazine clippings. He gets Rachel to the hospital. She goes into labor 4 weeks early. The nurses won't let him in. She's begging him not to leave. And he leaves anyway.
He leaves while she's in surgery.
In Tokyo, the tournament official, Ram Sethi, tells Marty the championship brackets are finalized. Even paying the fine won't get him in. All he has is the exhibition match, the one he agreed to lose.
That's the deal he took a spanking for.
He plays the scripted loss as agreed. Then Rockwell's people bring a live pig on stage. The loser has to kiss it in front of the audience. And Marty stops everything, tells the crowd the match was staged, demands a real game. The crowd turns on Rockwell instantly.
Endo sides with the crowd. Real match, unscripted, Marty wins narrowly. What does Rockwell even get out of this?
He refuses passage home. Marty flies back on a U.S. Army transport. At the hospital, he finds his mother, finds Rachel recovering, and meets the baby. He's denied that child was his from the first scene to the last. When he finally sees him, there's nothing left to deny. He breaks down.
He spent the whole film sprinting toward Tokyo, while the thing he actually needed was already in that hospital. The championship never happens. The business venture is gone. The money barely materializes. What's left at the end is the one thing he refused to name until the very last moment.
Marty accepted the child. The denial is over. The championship went on without him. He leaves with nothing but a son.